Hi everybody, Flash Rasmus back again, the Fermi Paradox. As we can see on screen, early access, so we have to make sure we take that into account. The game is about the rise and fall of civilizations. This includes themes of war, oppression and atrocities. Yeah, we've managed to avoid all of them so far. We're ready for a load up. Here we go. Wait for the galaxy to build. I tell you what, one of the latest updates has certainly boosted the load time. On the first run, obviously there'll be a link in the description, so I'm pointing at the top of my screen at this moment in time because you can see me doing that. When on the first one, what I used to have to do is I'd record it, but then I'd have to chop the first couple of minutes because it took so long to load up. But they've made a real difference to the load, how quick they load things up now. Anyway, enough of my waffling. We've got 4 civilizations. Currently we've got Mark territories going at a snail's pace, and over here we've got the Ra, which are flying ahead, and they're soon about to make contact with the Kular. And we've got I thought we had 4. We've got the Odo up here, and we've got the Mark territories on good old Sol down here. Let's see if we can boost a 5th out. A once powerful realm falls on Tau Ceti, resource crisis. Oh yeah, resource scarcity crisis on Gliese. Fossil fuel reservoirs are becoming scarce in Gliese system, and the effects of the spiritual expansion has brought the vast civilization to a breaking point. Will the world science governments find ways to prevent the complete exhaustion of their environment, or will they turn against each other? Okay. I'm not going to read every single one of those little segments underneath because a lot of them do start to repeat each other a little bit. So if we go precaution, the government's prepare for a future without mineral oil. Will their scholar presidents preserve the environments of Gliese or deny their people access to essential resources? Okay, crisis. Scarcity causes discord and competition amongst the row. Well, let's go with this one. Or war. What does war do? Can we afford 76.2 million casualties? No, I don't want it. I just don't like that idea. We'll go with precaution. Declining in Gliese. To deal with the scarcity of mineral oil, the Vow World Science government start denying many of their people access to essential resources. The scholar presidents of Gliese would rather let their own kind perish than address the efforts of the spiritual expansion. Oh dear. That didn't turn out how we wanted it, did it? Oh dear. Oh well. So we go Vow decline, prevention, dethrone any scholar presidents who use mineral crisis to depopulate the privilege of so the Vow dethrone any scholar presidents who use a mineral oil crisis to depopulate the underprivileged of Gliese. Scarcity crisis hits the Vow hard. Their scholar presidents lead them down a dark path, ensuring more resources will be available for less people, thereby valuing fossil fuel reservoirs over life. Total decline. Town metropolitan areas vanish after a generation. The Vow suffer greatly under the regulations of their scholar presidents. It's to survive the mineral crisis. Oh dear me. No, let's go with... Oh, this is a tough one. This is a big decision. We do that, nothing happens. Regular development, we lose ethic values and we lose population. This is going to set a precedent of what they were like. This is probably going to set a precedent of what happens later on. Decisions. I think as the game builds up the view of how we've created a civilization, it will probably affect what happens to it further down the line. Oh damn, that's a tough one. I don't want to use 50 points because that means if we have any more crises, we're in big trouble. Nope, I'm going to prevent it. That's probably a mistake, but we accepted, and they could not stay in power. So they could not stay in power. We defend ourselves against alien invasion? You won't have to. Abandoning the caging and mass production of food animals may have rescued variety from overconsumption. Kular Democracy's development event. Paradigm shift in Weigel. The democracies began creating an intricate network of tunnels through the ice crust of Argos 7 routes connect industrial areas on a global scale, establishing safe trade across land that was previously dangerous or impassable. Our songs tell of a time when we lived beneath the ice, carved our cities in tunnels of glittering blue and white. Is it any wonder that our greatest heroes came from such a time when bare survival demanded great deeds? Daughter of the Red Glacier, Kulos no Scryer, Timely 84 Rigel System. Okay. So we can't do that. Okay. Cultural expansion. Engineering knowledge is expanded by the work on the tunnels. Meanwhile, the economy grows rapidly as free exchange of industrial goods becomes easier than ever. Resource scarcity in 26 years. Go with that one. We could do that one. That's low in peace and convenient at first becomes clear. These tunnels can also be used to secretly transport large number of rifle soldiers. Tensions and distrust reach new highs. Could do with the points. Let's just go with cultural expansion. But that means less resources. Cultural descent. Oh God, we really need the points, but we can't. We can have another resource crisis. I don't know. Problem is with this, that's kind of like we're gonna hit a resource scarcity crisis for them as well soon. Now I'm doing it. I don't want to sacrifice my people. Is it possible that there are other planets like our own orbiting distant stars? Democracy's resource crisis as expected. Coalfields are becoming scarce in the Argol system. The effects of the ice tunnel network brought Kulos civilization to breaking point. We are dealing with the resource scarcity. Will the democracies find ways to prevent the complete exhaustion of their environment, or they turn against each other? Usual crisis, usual problems. So we can't do that because we ain't got enough points. We do that, and we go scarcity and discord. Causes discord and competition amongst the Kulon. Knowledge diminishes while democracy and rival compete for dwindling resources, or we get war. Pick up the sniper, simple rifles and fighter access to the coalfields. Tank battalions. Yes, I'm gonna have to go with that because, quite frankly, I want the points. We need the synthesis, which is not ideal, but Kelly use radio to spread lies and superstition. Is there alien life elsewhere? Yep. Oh, there with Odlo. Once powerful, yeah. Let's jump out of that. We've got to go over there. So let's have a look at you. New media to communicate the history of their civilization. An army of mechanized infantry is defeated by a jet fighter division belonging to a powerful world science government. Okay. During the mineral crisis of the digital age of Greece, the scholar presidents of Ra tried to cut off many of their own people from essential resources. This behaviour was not tolerated. I think that was about to tell us. Yep, okay, there's nothing of any interest happening here. More the death of a beloved scholar president. I do want to try and get another species out. Minor Garden planet leaves the orbit, falls in the system's central star. The humans depopulation. Printed material on Earth begins shaming the sexually active, marked for their impure behaviour. The civilization is gripped by a wave of punitive morality, resulting in a decline of the overall birth rate. Excellent. Shame is a Tiku poison barb in the soul. Seasuck the wiser. We've met Seasuck before. Okay. We can't prevent it. It's what the publisher struck more code is embedded into society, and the fear of being labelled impure is strong. The decline in birth is eased by the hypocrisy that most marked mate in hidden non-public places. Okay. The entire society is shaken by moral outrage, shaming anyone who expresses impure thoughts and making them an outcast. The mark live in a state of constant sexual paranoia, and there are rarely any offspring. Let's just go with regular development, shall we? The Mark grow to fear their ruthless sovereign. That's not good, is it? An infantry mock sovereign master power on Earth. New Kular's got a new technical age. They've reached a nuclear age. Okay. When rocket technology begins to take off, the race for space dominance among the emerging superpowers Regal 7 is on. Jet planes increase the potential for travel all over the globe by nuclear age communication technology as news and entertainment to spread over mass media. As a cool idea, yeah, blah blah blah. We either grow or blow ourselves up. This is some total like conversation. And we're not far off from actually meeting the, if we go power, heading down the warpath, cool expect to see sort of off jet fighters and napalm, not to mention the mother of all bombs, yeah, that one. Advancement, let's go on advancement. Resource crisis, Kular states again. There's not a lot I can do about this, to be quite honest with you. Oh, I didn't read the message, did I? Sorry, I clicked too quickly. Uranium scarcity. Oh, we go war. Let's go with war. Guess there's a few more points. At least we've got enough. We've got over 1 billion of them. We can sacrifice 50 odd million, can't we? Let's go with a lucky dip. New cargo planes transport goods over Kular across across Argo 7. Conflict between major Kular states is settled peacefully. Kular motorised infantry lay down their automatic rifles and abandon the art of war. Splendid. Let's pick that one. Infantry Kular secretary rises to power on Argo 7. They seem to make contact with Ra though, or they're going to find out about the Ra coming towards them. Yeah, this is taking so long for them to move. That's just they've stagnated. The Odo. Alignment in Tau Ceti. The Odo discovered that a species of giant plant has interconnected root system reaching across all the known lands of Tau Ceti 3. A new religion rises that uses roots as a symbol, believing that in the unity and interdependence of all life. We are each other's harvest, we are each other's business, we are each other's magnitude and bond. Gwendolyn Brooks, American poet. So we go. Civilization pillar. The new religion of unity is adopted universally by the Odo realms. The value of life and the interconnectedness of all beings become central to the Odo beliefs. I actually like that. We're going to stick with it. I'm not going to bother looking at the rest of it. I like that. Are the gods watching us? No, they're not. Odo sculptures represent the harmony of Tau Ceti 3. An intellectual Odo ruler rises to power in Tau Ceti 3. Oh, the Ra the Odo, the Ra have reached this cyber age. With rapid advancements in artificial intelligence and technologically augmented Ra, the civilization undergoes drastic changes and reaches new milestones in science, engineering and the arts. He still dreamed of cyberspace, hope fading nightly. All the speed he took, all the turns he'd taken and all the corners he cut in Night City, and he'd still see the matrix in his sleep. Bright lattices of logic unfolding across that colourless void. Neuromancer by William Gibson, American-Canadian speculative fiction writer. I'm sure I've read stuff by him before. Not read that, but I'm sure I've read stuff by William Gibson. I've read that much sci-fi, they all kind of merge into one sometimes. So, we go crossing into the realm of our have the ability to vastly improve their societies and facilitate communication with faraway beings. However, new technology has bring great risks as well, so little extra wisdom can't hurt. Yeah, I don't. In my last game on Glees, we had I can't what they're called, the power, the prawn print, something like that. Over the course of the game, they wiped themselves out twice with AI that basically revolted against them and pretty much wiped out 90% of the population twice. And then I think it was them that was then responsible for kind of enslaving the entire universe to an AI. So the vast focus on innovations in engineering simply is finding balance between consumption and resource preservation, advancing the infrastructure of megacities. Yeah, let's go with that one. I don't trust AI. Keep getting me points up as well. Cyber technology gives access to resources on nearby planets, which is fantastic. Odo realms. Odo reaches the Iron Age. Empires and trading states rise to power in the Iron Age. The metalworking Odo forge tools and develop skills need to create simple machinery, while expanding theoretical discourse could provide them with a sense of purpose and a moral compass. Yep, fine. Excuse me. So we go with wisdom. Yeah, I'll do. Not going to cost anything. Okay, so if you get some science points up, I'd harvest biomass on the Civ Task 83. We've got 18,000 Kular stakes again. Regal is out of resources. The Kular used up all the available radioactive deposits. They are no longer able to provide for the residential areas, and their states will soon fall apart. The overuse of oil rigs has destabilised the environment to the point where the Kular society may not survive this devastating crisis. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Okay, so if we go regress, to survive the Kular have to abandon their residential areas and form small self-contained communities. The fall of Kular states could lead to savagery and oppression. Or we go chaos and panic lead to a complete disintegration of the Kular states. Will the Kular take their automatic rifles and ability to all they find more peaceful way to deal with the societal collapse? Or we'll die. We're not doing that. Regress is a kind of let's try this one. Last signals from Weigel Kular states. The end is near. The society of Kular is collapsing after their environment was destroyed by the uranium wars. Without any radioactive deposits, Kular cannot maintain their residential areas. But a group of psychologists and nuclear scientists are desperately trying to send their history of the dying people into all corners of the galaxy before it's too late. Oh dear. I think the whole precursor protocol is that thing is a hoax. Yes, it would really be cool if a million-year-old empire from the other side of the galaxy sent us their entire history as their world perished, just as we could archive their knowledge, but honestly no one is so selfless. This is probably just an ad campaign for a new digital tool game. Unknown network user phase 4512 Gehenna system. Excellent. So we go. The group of psychologists and nuclear scientists managed to get hold of the last functional laboratories and send strong signals everywhere. I think they should say everywhere. This selfless act gives many Kular hope. A stable community is built around the signal hub. Whole civilizations deal against around them. Okay, or we go. The last coordinated action of the Kular states is send signals containing their history and beliefs to every star in the entire galaxy. While the residentials are burning on the Kular are dying out, the legacy may be preserved around a different star. So basically, none of them is particularly palatable. Oh, let's go with that one. That's exhausting. Let's go with hope. And how many? So we're still losing people. Okay, excellent. At least we've got. Oh God! At least we've got plenty of resources now. I've just lost best part of 1 billion people, mind, but oh dear. Okay, we'll boost them back up. They'll come back soon enough. Yeah. Kill them all the death of great nuclear scientists. It's very easy to kind of lose huge amounts of people. Power and soul. The Mark begin using massive gunpowder cannons carried into battle by animals. These flexible units are deadly against fortifications, naval ships and slow ground troops. Artillery adds dignity to what would otherwise be an ugly brawl. Frederick the Great, Prussian king. I've read a few books about Frederick the Great. Fascinating. That whole era with like Prussia, Frederick the Great, Catherine, all that kind of era. I'm not sure they kind of clashed at the same time, but they were about the same kind of generation, I think. Prevention, overloading the cannons to numerous explosions, miscommunication in battle with artillery firing on against the makes the confusion. Or we go. Yeah, it's going to increase military strength. What could possibly go wrong? It's a great plan. What are you on about? The sun will also expire. No, it won't. It's life after death. Will actually expire. We've had that one already. It's taking us so long to get out of this technical age, isn't it? It's taken us so long. The mark established new territory. Yeah, we've had that third time we've had that on this little conversation. Yeah, fine. Development event. Oh, great. A great war threatens Greece. When transnational mega corporations and Greece establish private armies, they can potentially gain economic power without needing governments to fight wars on their behalf. Forming a new pillar of global affairs known as big military, they now execute hostile takeovers and capture markets by force. Corporate warfare is merely the continuation of market competition by other means. Digital dust, Ronian net jockeys, time stage 770 Glee system. Okay, can we stop it? Is another question. Peace. The heavy marked share and conquer campaigns failed to attract enough investors due to the widespread consumer boycotts against corporations involved. Big military goes belly up. Nope, we're having 50, mind you. 7 billion, that's not a lot, is it really? Duped by PR that advertised warfare as ethical and ecologically sound, responsible consumers are the list of soldiers, allowing corporations to clean up and control the supply chains. Total war. That worries me greatly, but what could possibly go wrong with ignoring that little Gleecy's valued engineers examine up of kind of broadcast to teach her about manipulative leaders. I enjoy enchanting new styles of virtual artworks. A new dynasty-wise scholars. We need environment protection measures aimed at about eco-engineers restore a former livestock pasture on Greece. Look at it. New design principles inspire us to modernise the appearance and function of everyday objects. If an alien civilization does exist somewhere in the galaxy, it is very likely to be a synthetic one. I think you might be wrong on that one, mate. Okay. Signals from space. Here we go. Wagglers receiving alien signals. Since the advent of sensor technology, killer scientists have been combing through data for alien signals. After years of losing faith, they are stunned to receive propaganda broadcasts from the vast civilization. A single message from space will show that it is possible to live through technological adolescence. It is possible that the future of human civilization depends on the receipt of interstellar messages. Carl Sagan, American astrophysicist. Enthusiasm is revelation of Kilo scientific community. Scientists are given unlimited resources and dedicated their lives to understanding these messages from another civilization. We're going to go with that, and all of a sudden we've got stacks of resources. Where's all that come from? I'm not going to argue with that, of course, but okay. Is a life after death? Odo Republics. Extinction in Tau Ceti. Okay. Swarming insects breed unnaturally fast on Tau Ceti 3. They gather together in huge swarms and target crops, animals, and Odo alike. Can't I do anything about that? I've just spent a lot of points doing that. No, I can't. Oh, great. Okay, we'll lose 19.1 million. Fantastic. Locust plague consumes the harvest and most Odo perish. Few remaining survivors rebuild small communities, carefully watching the breeding cycles and migration routes of the swarms. Yes, this game does love to kick you where it hurts. Just when you think you're on top of it, it goes, hey, you're not. Well, we're not. It's not too bad. We're only in the Iron Age. We can still recover. It's like the plague back in the history of the planet Earth, when that killed obscene numbers of people in Central and Europe. QLR reached the digital age. QLR have now connected via complex computer systems, satellite networks and mobile communication devices. Okay, we've had this one before. Wisdom, advancement. Wisdom means wisdom means we kind of embrace it. We ain't doing that. That's not happening. We need to get some points back though. We need to bank some synthesis if we can do. See, they don't know we found them, which is good. Seismic activity, producing new might range of vexus. Cosmic dust obscures light. Resource crisis again. Deep water deposits are becoming scarce in Glee system. The effects of spiritual expansion brought the vast civilization to breaking point where they're dealing with the resource scarcity. Well, basically, standard. Are they going to kill each other or are they going to do something about it? Crisis. Or let's just go with that one. I want the points, and if we lose a few, it's not exactly like we've got enough. We can spare some people. So new resource management methods. There are from new initiative of wise scholar executives. Development events. Knowledge in cell. The market creates sophisticated mechanical devices that can run programming routines and store and manipulate data. With wearing ears and dazzling numbers, enormous clockwork computers run on steam power and receive instructions via punch cards, while variable inputs are dynamically entered by several operators turning different cranks. Skeptics wonder whether these miracles of ingenuity are mere showpieces or they can actually demonstrate reliable results. We both went to see the thinking machines, or so it seems. Last Monday, it raised several no's to the second and third power, and they extracted the root of the quadratic equation. Okay, that was difficult reading. So we go civilization pillar, plasma qualify. Fragile computer maintenance requires grasp of so many machines full disrepair or dead end. Let's go with the civilization pillar. It doesn't cost us anything. And what could possibly go wrong with that one? Look at it. Innate injustices cause suffering and despair amongst the marked. Once powerful territory falls on earth. Yes. The marked mourn the death of a beloved sovereign. The research of remarkable clockwork academic is encoded in sophisticated tattoos which grow popular among the marked. Once powerful territory falls, let's go up a level. See, they don't know they're there. And this is taking so long to actually move anywhere. Display devotion currents effect versus some alphats. Fluctuations in T-guard, the central star leads to changes in its colour spectrum. The Odo Locust Republics. Excellent. Growth in Tau Ceti, that's what I want to see. Having reached far-flung shores of ocean-going vessels, Odo sailors begin to settle on distant continents. Trade routes open up between these remote colonies and the homelands, bringing exotic goods to market for markets hungry for new products. Nothing wrong with that. You see, with regular development. Yeah, regular development. I'm not kind of doing more than that. Lucky dip. Odo found promising new hideout city. It's a life after death. The mourn the death of a beloved consul. Is there life after death? We know. Same question all the time. A freak mutation creates an unusual life form in the land region of Tea Garden. A vast new metroplex swells with row. Climate change of access destroys a major plant species. QLR government's development event. Injustice in Rigel. The penal system Argos 7 has allowed prisoners to work and earn wages while they are incarcerated. Unfortunately, much of the work is mandatory and the compensation is meagre, allowing industries and government agencies to effectively hire convicts as slave labour. Okay. Prevention. Advocates for visual rights persuade lawmakers to recognise the act as slavery and practices ended. Yeah, that's nice and simple. Fine. Even if aliens were to visit Argos 7, we are sure we would recognise them. I think you would do, because they look like massive shrimps. Powerful jet fighter division is formed on Argos 7. Let's scroll up a bit. Moon patterns create marvellous structures on the surface of T Garden Prime. A minor planet, a minor off planet leaves the orbit and falls into the system central star. Earthquakes open enormous rift, yes. They're stagnating over here. A minor off planet leaves orbit and falls into the star system. Vow science conglomerates, reduction in Greece. Oh dear. Again, that just fills me with fear. The Vow world science conglomerates begin using large machines to synthesize water from elements in the atmosphere. In dry deserts of Greece, this water is incredibly precious and allows Vow to enrich arid landscapes. Water should be free right of every work. Even the magnets dare not charge us for the air we breathe. Why then should we have to pay for each drink we take? Sisters Xincus, Juju Union Alpha, Second Silver Age Sirius system. Regular, I can't afford to spend the synthesis to try and do anything other than that. Especially we can have another resource crisis in 17 years. Which I'm going to jump up and ignore that for the time being. Can't give me some. This is dead. Just giving up on them. Yep. So look over there. Earthquakes open enormous rift. Yes, we know we've had that one before. Mark establish new territory. Plant growth and Kepler show slow changes the plant's composition. Asteroid impacts to provide a dominant animal species on Kepler 4. Consumption is Sol. The hunting of big water beasts starts to become a major industry on Earth. These majestic giant creatures are being hunted for food, medicine, prestige, risk, and becoming extinct. We have no pity for these ferocious creatures. They are nothing but mouth and teeth. Captain Nemo and 20 Lazalis under the sea. Fantastic. I love how I quote books like that. Alright. Prevention. Mocked humans of suddenly decimatization basically live in fear of their lives, band together and destroy the hunter ships that come for them. Cool. Happy days. Once powerful territory falls on Earth, yep. Epos about purity of marked societies created on Earth. Landscapes establish new resource management methods. The research of remarkable clockwork academic is encoded in sophisticated tattoos which go popular amongst the marked. Beautiful chaste poems are shared amongst the marked on Earth. Does Earth revolve around the sun? Resource crisis over there. There's only so long I could avoid it for. I've used all available deep ore deposits. They are no longer provide for the metroplexes in the world. Science conglomerates soon fall apart. The overuse of automated machine miners has destabilised the environment to a point where the vast society may not survive this devastating crisis. Sounds familiar. What are our options? We go collapse, chaos and panic, or we go regress. Let's go with this one. What could possibly go wrong? Carnage in Greece. That could go wrong. Deported bosses are completely exhausted in the right take their impulse also fight each other while civilization falls apart. Orbital fighter squads move towards a final battle and the Ra metroplexes are drowning in blood. It is clear that society is doomed to die. Will Greece sea recover from this ultimate massacre? Oh bugger. Oh no. Okay, what options have we got? Blooming nature. So that is, none of these are good. So cybernetic soldiers and orbital fighter squadrons fight until the world starts conglomerates fall apart. After a few painful years, the vast civilization becomes extinct. They do manage to spare the other life forms at least sea, and nature will soon reclaim the fallen metroplexes with life blooming among the decayed meat factories. The final showdown amongst the route ends in neutron bombs. Destroyed metroplexes completely disintegrated, and a few remaining orbital fighter squads can be found in the wastelands. Oh no. The planet was once inhabited by a species called the Rao. The Rao fought one definitive bloody war after deep war wars. They exhausted all of... Great. Alright, okay. Well, that ended well, didn't it? Bugger. Okay. The Odo Locust Republics. Extinction in Tau Ceti. Gigantic underwater earthquake is triggering massive tsunamis on Tau Ceti Ep3. Epic floods threaten to drown any land creature on land. Okay. This ain't good. This ain't good at all. Close call. It's not even a... Yeah, it's not even an option, that. It's not even an option. That does mean if we have another crisis, we're on a spot of bother. Because we've got nothing left at all. Go to Fear the Ruthless, Pathetic Council, New Locust Republic, Busing it becomes okay. They've got a new technical age, let's whiz over there, reach a nautical age. Odo vessels capable of exploring the farthest corners of the planet for the flush and trade of traffic of goods and ideas, advance the fields of navigation, chemistry and engineering to safeguard the cumulative knowledge of the Odo civilization. Merging universities begin to house collections of printed books. So we go wisdom. Let's just go down the middle again, because that's it, rule, and it's going down the middle. I'm trying to work out, do the locations of the flares do different things? If I hit, is that going to affect the atmosphere, I wonder? Gives Odo access to minerals, but yes, again, it's difficult to know which is the right one to pick. Odo established new Locust Territory. Okay. So I wonder if we get more inhabitants in there, or that's just dead and buried. Whilst dominant animal species of Exodus goes extinct. Shows signs of high cognition. Because I would like to, if you can get a new life evolving on that planet. I've not seen it yet, but I wonder if you can do. Because we're now down to 3. And we might be down to, because I don't think this is not going to last long. Governments of Argos 7 join their resources to achieve an advanced technology project. An interstellar exploration spacecraft able to reach the Greece system. This vessel can host thousands of cool explorers who will preserve this suspended animation. Okay. Epic project. We can't afford that, so it'll have to be regular development. Okay. Vessel begins its expedition from Vigil towards the Greece system. New Collar expedition vessel commander is appointed. The expedition may become the noblest Kular endeavour of all time. Prun, that's what they were called. It was the Prun in my last game. Yep. Generation of Kular takes off the system. Yes, okay. Cyber Age. Rapid advancement in artificial intelligence, technological augmented Kular, the civilization goes dramatic changes and reaches new milestones in science, engineering and arts. Excuse me, I've got to sneeze then. That's not paying that, so let's go with that. So when Michael says the Kular multitudes, okay, so we'll call themselves Kular can now build vast metropolises urbanising the entire surface of Vigil 7. Access to resources on nearby planets and moons. That should mean this should be okay with that now. Cool. Right, so that's cool. Exploration of vessel development event. Armed conflict threatening the Kular. Explore crew of the exploration vessel come from many diverse cultural backgrounds, but the ruling officers want the dominant cultural narrative used to indoctrinate future generations. This is a recipe for unrest and armed uprising. That's not sensible at all. Can we do anything about it? Peace, yes we can. The ruling officers are replaced before a violent confrontation occurs. Every officer is picked from a quota system who has entered the cultural faction for Article 7. Happy days. Let's paper over the cracks. What discoveries await us? I don't know. Space soldiers and cool exploration vessels are resigned, reassigned to non-military positions among the explorer crew. Assemble an all history of the expedition. We need to get some points because that's kind of a disaster waiting to happen. Cool. I'm going to not be drink over them. Okay, let's jump over there. Now we've reached the industrial age, finally. Took them long enough. Start to study electricity, steam power, machine manufacturing, industrial age. Harnessing the power of the radio waves might allow them to send signals to outer space, but this civilization could accidentally eradicate itself. Yep, it's a standard message we get when we hit the industrial age with any civilization. We've changed our clothes. Marked focus efforts on let's disarm tanks, bomber planes, automated weapons to increase leverage against their enemies. Never warfare gets auto. Let's just go. Let's go down. We could do with that 20. We could do with that. I'm just going to go that down. I'm going to go down that route because we could do with the extra points. Probably a really silly thing to do, mine, but access to fossil fuels. Cool. We've got plenty of resource. Let's jump up a level. The Odo Locust Territories. Power into our SETI. The mightiest warships ever built set sail on the seas of Tarseti through the Odo have armed these powerful vessels with hundreds of cannons, forming an unstoppable force against naval and coastal enemies. Okay, what could possibly go wrong? Answers in the comments. That was really cheesy, I apologise. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Naval frigates, prevention, absolute power, fleets of warship dominate. What do we want to do? Do we want to do that? Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, absolute power. I want the exosynthesis. We need it. I also want to see what happens, just as from a game point of view. I'll see what happens, so you don't have to. Markable academic celebrate Tarseti for their contribution to Odo society. And what a different name as well from the Locust Territories, whatever we're called. What? Tarseti floats in a vast realm of aether. The Odo live side by side with the terrible swarm insects which stalk across Tarseti. They build their settlements far from locust migration routes and hide during the breeding cycles. Odo used books that spread lies and superstition. Excellent. The Odo mourn the death of a beloved prophetic sovereign. Growing high capital expansive Tarseti. Look, we've already recovered from the locust deaths. Let's have a jump up here. But they are catching us up quite a lot. Cooler development event. Paradigm shift in Rigel. With advances of bioarchaeology and new replication techniques, Keeler can now create clones of long-deceased monarchs from the ancient past. An interesting moral and legal challenge awaits the Keeler multitudes if these royal clones make any claims of their own property. What? Miria the Delightful The life of world over half of Kepler long before our time. There are frequently ancient laws that would give these geckos their bloodline. What? There are freaky ancient laws that would give geckos of her bloodline real power. What if we grew a whole army of Her Majesty? Okay, that's just bonkers. So, test tube royalty. The clone of monarchs becomes a trend in waggle. Although they are legally powerless, the anachronistic royals become celebrities and awaken public interest in science. Everyone wants their offspring to be of royal blood, so they kill or create an entire generation of test tube monarchs who turn out surprisingly average. Excessive cultural ascent. Cost me 10 synthesis, but echo engineers establish new resources. A vast new metroplex as far as Kular. Let's jump back up top. I am intrigued to know whether you can respawn new species on existing planets. I bet you can't. Be interested if you could though. Yep. Bursting Odo High Capital becomes a centre of trade and commerce. Aquatic species develop symbiosis with a major life form and alphabets. Ice Age on Gliese. Minor planet forms from ice and debris on Tea Garden. Display, yep. Change weather. Exploration development event. Kular knowledge. Now, what I noticed from the first one is now the different happened to Prun, who were also were from Gliese. We had like 3 different space exploration missions going on, and they never tried to. This one thing they never kept in touch with. They never tried to find each other, but then they started developing at a different pace from the central species back on the home planet. During the centuries-long journey of the Kular exploration vessel, the onboard computer is able to calculate vast amounts of data for a galaxy after careful analysis. The astrophysicists make astounding observations. I would like to know the passage of time. Main objective: the challenging task after the model of the Kular, so everyone from Kular exploration begins working hard. Yeah, we'll just go with that. I'm not going to spend points on that because I really can't afford it. Digital consist compile fascinating new data. Officers are moved from the post. We've hit a new age. We're now in the Kular have reached the cyber age. Yep. I should have read that message from that Vandam. Wisdom don't cost us anything. What could possibly go wrong with me not reading it properly? Okay. Cybernetic engineers craft a new impulse after equip the. Okay. Reach destination safely. I didn't actually know where they were going, to be honest with you. I should have looked. Vessel are reassigned to non-military positions. What's goes waiters in Gliese? Oh, they're going to Gliese, aren't they? They're going there. A dead civilization is what you're going to find. I don't think we're going to get any more species. Yep. We don't seem to be getting anything coming up. Multitudes. I've hit a new age. Reach the solar age. Overcoming previous limits of propulsion engineering, the Kular are now able to build ships capable of exploring and colonising their own solar system. And advanced AI are built to escort them on their journey, while mastery of their genetic engineering allows Kular and their crops to adapt to new colonies. So we're going to go that because I ain't spending points on anything else. I don't want to. Marked territories have got something happening going on. Solid sending signals into space. Okay, fine. Signal boost, regular signal. Signal boost. Yes, what could possibly go wrong with me doing that? Size system, size of dog star forms over gas giant. It's trapped there, yep. Acceleration technology allows Kular to harvest more resources from asteroids and faraway planet survival system. A Kepler moon escapes orbit and becomes a dwarf planet. planets. Yeah. I would love to know whether you could, if you could spawn new life on an existing planet where life had died out. I don't think we would be able to, but it would be nice if you could. The Locust. Odo scholars have discovered a direct correlation between cleanliness. Yeah, we've had that one. So we'll jump straight in. I discover regular development. And praise the prophets. Up one. You down here. Nothing to read there. Dead organisms turn into deep in fossil fuels. No sapient life forms to receive the signal because they're all dead. Beginning to breed. You kind of hope that would spawn some kind of message, some kind of like new evolution. Retires from active service. Collision generates more rare elements in the Ross region. Cool. Okay. And to X open enormous rift. Yep. Kulov injustice. Kiko Kulov has brought themselves into positions of power in the Kulov exploration vessel and use their authority to torment the weakest of the explorer crew. Nobody gets killed, but daily life on board cyber vessel becomes horrible if this is allowed to continue. Let's see if we can put a stop to that then. Prevention. The course crew vets revolt against the officers and the commander agrees to throw them out of the next airlock. Excellent. Cannot risk being open about the core games they play with the Explorer crew, but they manage to implement many hidden methods of torture and manipulate the unlucky ones aboard the Kulov vessel. Joins the ranks of torturers have now in the core games are no longer hidden. This becomes daily life. We're having that. Prevent it. The Hubble stories are told about a group of sadistic officers aboard the Kulov exploration vessel. Luckily, their reign was short and they were executed by the commander. Excellent. Waiters in Greece. Not an awful lot. A dead civilization awaits you. Sangre activity. Up there. Nope, nothing to see there. I want an evolution event. Not going to get one though. Click you. Nope. Okay. Right, I tell you what. I think I'm going to cut it just there. We've been going about just over 45 minutes. I think it's about long enough. Yeah, so we're down to three civilizations from 4. They're on the way there. So it'll be interesting what they find when they get there. See what they find when they get there. What's left of the row when they arrive. They're growing very, very quickly, and this is going very slowly. But anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know how you've gone with it. If you've survived and done better than I have. But anyway. As ever, thanks very much for watching, and I'll just see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.